What's going on, guys? This is my Fortnite trading card weekly live stream, and you saw the title. It's my biggest Fortnite trading card purchase yet, the most money I've ever spent on a Fortnite trading card. I'll talk about that once I get a few more people in here, and like I said, I'm just gonna wait for some people to get in here. I don't have too much planned. I finally got the cards in for the 50 subscriber giveaway, so that's happening soon. But I did finally get a big crystal shard knocked off my list that I've always wanted, and it wasn't cheap after tax and shipping. It cost me over $290. So I'm really happy to finally have that card crossed off my list. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw me post on my story that I won the auction. It was I had a good amount of watchers. I didn't know I didn't think I was gonna win it, but I ended up getting lucky. It finished about $28 under my max bid, which was nice. And it's been a little bit since I bought anything, almost a month. The last thing I bought was the Ruin for like $100. So I need to get another shard added to the collection soon. Almost having withdrawals, but yeah, I bought a Series 1 USA print crystal shard for $291 after tax and shipping. Looks like I got someone in here right now. If you want to just say what's up, how's your day going, whichever my viewer is right now. I was talking about the auction I won. It was the Deadfire Series 1 USA print crystal shard for $262, and after tax and shipping, it costed me $291. So I'll have it to go with the hollow foil, and I'll have the USA print rainbow completed. And that's a shard I've wanted for a very long time. And that leaves only 8 cards left on my list that I feel like I need to have to feel complete with my collection. So I'm getting there. Pretty much, I'm very close to that list being completed. So yeah, like I said, it was my most expensive card I've ever purchased through sports or Fortnite, and I was just really happy to check it off my list. Like I said, it'll definitely be included in my next PSA submission with these 5 USA shards that I got right here. And yeah, it's Prisoner might be in that submission too. So now that after I get that Deadfire in hand, I'll be up to 14 Series 1 USA print crystal shards. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but my goal was to have 15 by the end of the year. So I'm probably going to end up beating that goal. I need to get one more. And I'm hoping it's one of the few that I have left on my list to get, like Carbide or Vertex, Frostbite. Those are like the main shards I have left. I believe the rest are just Series 2 and 3. But yeah, the main shards I have left to get is Carbide and Vertex and Frostbite. So if I can get those shall have all the shards I feel like I've ever wanted. And I don't think that Deadfire I bought was grade of 10. It looked like it had a little bit of cornerware. Mike Mouse, how's it going? Nice pickup. I was bidding on the Deadfire too. Oh yeah, well, yeah, it was a card I've always wanted. I don't know if I've ever seen you in my chat before, but how's it going? Going good. How's your day going? Nice pickup, thanks. You've been on the Deadfire, yeah. I mean, I thought it even went a little bit low. Got kind of close at the end towards my max bid, and I was a little bit worried. But, I ended up being able to win and get a card I've been after for a very long time. I have the hollow foil to go with it, and I have the base, too. So I have the USA Rainbow for Deadfire completed. So I've completed a few rainbows now. I believe I have Heyman completed, Aim, Moisty Merman, The Prisoner. Those ones, I have those rainbows completed. It's going well. I usually catch your stream the next day. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad you watched the channel. Hope you enjoy the live streams. I've been trying to trying to figure out more videos, but it's like I feel like the me talking about the sales, people are kind of getting tired of. They're not getting as many views as they used to. So I've been just trying to take a break from just doing the videos, keeping my streams going, and eventually I'll figure out a new formatted video to upload a couple times a week. Last week I was here live too. Oh, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad you're watching the stream. Glad you watch mine on the next day. I appreciate you viewing my streams. Deadfire, yeah, 40 Phantom. Appreciate you stopping by. I won that USA print shard auction, $260 something. Big card checked off my list. If I remember right, you mentioned something about Deadfire. You're a fan of him, right? 40 Phantom. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought you said something about that you like Deadfire. But glad to add the shard to my collection. That would be pretty good PSA submission I got going for my next time. I'm gonna have the Deadfire, the Visitor, Rogue Agent, Crackshot, the Ace, and the Snow Squall Glider, and the Prisoner will all be my next PSA submission. I like all Fortnite. Yeah, me too. It's just, for me, it's just more I like than others. But yeah, I think all the cards, especially all the Series 1 USA shards, I mean, I wouldn't mind to have any of them in my collection. Like, I know Flytrap gets a lot of hate. I'm a big fan of Flytrap. Like, I see you like Crackshot. Yeah, he's one of my personal favorites. It's like, I mean, obviously Moisty Merman, that's my PC, and I mean, he got a lot of hate. So, like I said, I think all of the shards are beautiful. I think, there's nothing there's nothing visually unappealing about any of the shards. I mean, because it's still this crystal shard. I mean, you can't go wrong with that look. It's like, that one didn't shine very much, that dark purple. So you see on the crack shot just how that shines. The aim is probably the best looking shard I've ever owned. Just the gold and the yellow. I don't know, that's probably my favorite, just based off eye appeal. I'm hoping that this Visitor gets a 10. I'm guessing the Deadfire won't. It had a little bit of corner damage from what I could tell. But on my next PSA submission, that Visitor gets a 10. I mean, I won't complain about anything else. Unless they give my Deadfire like a 6, that'd be pretty grim. But other than that, I feel like the rest of these, this is probably like an 8. The Crackshot's like a 4 or a 5. I might be even overestimating this. This might get like a 2 or something. So I have no clue about that. So what other video ideas were you thinking? I liked what you were doing. I appreciate that. But so I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I felt like the sales videos were getting pretty repetitive, and the more interesting sales were the same cards over and over again. Like I was talking about Midas a lot. I was talking about BK holofoils and Aura like Optichromes, and I just kept giving the same takes over and over again. I feel like that people are eventually going to get tired of that. And like I said, just talking about the same cards over and over again with the exact same perspective, I feel like people are going to get tired of me beating my opinion down in everybody who watches my channel. And I don't know, I'm gonna figure something out. I'll definitely upload more sale videos, just not as many, I guess. Just some of the super high-end ones, like the high-end crystal shards. But I'm gonna try to like stay away from talking about like just like random holofoil PSA 10 sales like I used to, and stuff like that. But I appreciate saying you like the old sale videos. I remember when I first started, I would talk about anything. Like I was talking about just miscellaneous Series 1 Italy shards. I'm surprised anybody watched that crap, but I'm definitely going to figure something out. Enforcers. just a really good looking card with the blue. It's almost like someone commented on, it was in one of my streams, they said it's almost like the poor man's Black Knight because the character has the black suit on like Black Knight and has the blue background. So it's almost like the poor man's Black Knight shard. I thought that was a pretty funny point, whoever pointed that out to me. Forgot who you were, but I thought that was very funny. Slash trades. I'm not sure what you meant by that. You're trying to say like you're interested in trading some of your cards away. I'm not sure what you meant by like slash trades. If you're asking if I trade my cards, I've never done a trade deal for Fortnite ever. Every Fortnite card I've ever owned, I've kept, and then that's pretty much about it. For trades, I don't know what you're trying to say there. First matches didn't go through. All right. Yeah, maybe just try to like retype it and send it in chat again and see if I can get it this time. This is one of the best looking cards in the set, in my opinion, just the way it looks. Snow Squall with that light blue. You can do a video on Renegade Raider sales slash trades. Yeah, I could talk about the PSA 10 what all Wayne gave up, and he gave. I know the guy who had it. I don't think he's publicized that he was the one who had it yet, so I won't mention his name, but I know who that is, and I think he absolutely won that trade. I mean, some of those shards, I know there's only 100 of them. You can say, well, there's 100 of those. There's only one Renegade Raider. Eventually, there's going to be more of those, and it just doesn't have the eye appeal like a shard does. I mean, if you look at a Renegade Raider Reloaded, yeah, it looks cool. I mean, then you look at like some of the shards. You have a wild card and Omega. I mean, like you look at a wild card, that light blue, and then the white suit he's wearing with the red diamond on his face. I mean, that is the. I mean, like, how could you think that Renegade Raider Reloaded, a base card, has better eye appeal than that shiny cracked ice crystal shard wild card and that blue with the neon orange of Omega? I just don't get it. I know Wayne's in it for more investing, and I definitely think that Renegade Raider PSA 10 Reloaded will be very valuable in the future and is a great card. It already is valuable right now, but I just couldn't understand giving up all those great shards for it. I don't know. That's pretty much my opinion on it. And then I believe the only prototype Renegade Raider it sold for like 50K. I believe Wayne talked about that in his interview with Taking High Ground. He talked about how it was like 50K and some other prototypes. It was a deal he made and then it got lost in shipping or something. So I believe that's the only prototype sale, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that's pretty much all the Renegade sales in there. But I mean, there's a lot of like PSA 6 and 7 sales on eBay for like 20 to 50 bucks, I believe. I have a Renegade Reloaded, and I love the card, but it's just, to me, I'd trade it for a shard in a heartbeat, but just based off eye appeal, not investment. Obviously, I definitely think in the future, like this won't have nowhere near the demand a Renegade Raider Reloaded has, even like a PSA 6 slab. People are going to want Renegade more than the Snow Squall, but me personally, I'd take the Snow Squall for my personal collection. I'm looking for some more prototypes to pop up for auction. Interested to see what they sell for. There was that one that sold, I believe it was like 160 at auction on Tox Cards. It was a CGC 6.5, I believe. So, like, if one like this popped up, I'd be interested to see what it goes for. I mean, I paid 120 for this. I feel like I got a pretty good deal here. I feel like Wayne did me right with this one. Pull the Renegade Raider today. Open a Reloaded box today. Hey, nice, man. Congrats on the pull. You think it's gem worthy? You think you got that next PSA 10? You're interested to hear about the condition. Are the corners soft? Are they not? I mean, because a lot of the times with those Reloaded cards, the front looks good, and you turn them around and there's 3 soft corners, but it's hard to tell. A lot of times it's probably into the front. You gotta really examine it to see. No, it's probably an 8. An 8 is still good. I mean, that's what, like $50 probably. I don't know. I don't follow reload. That's not my thing, really. When I first started, I was more of a Series 3 guy. And then I got my first shard in hand, and, well, that changed everything. And then, you know, you get your second shard, your third one. It had an ink spot on it. Yeah, it's too bad, man. At least you pulled one. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, 40 fan, do you have any Series 1 USA print crystal shards? I mean, I love all my shards, but it's almost like once you get your first one, it's almost like you only want the shard of the skins out from Series 1. It's like before I'd be like, all right, I got a clean base, I'm fine. I got a good looking hollow, I'm good. Then, you know, once I got my first shard, and it's like, all right, I got to get another one. And you just keep stacking them up, and now I'm at what, 14, and you have 2 tender defenders. That's sweet, man. Well, that's really nice. I was bidding on a tender defender like back in May, I believe, and I almost won it, but I didn't, and I'm disappointed about that. I love tender defender, not for investment purposes, just based on PC. I think that's a really cool looking card, cool looking skin. I'd love to have a tender defender in my collection. Are they graded? Are they raw? I mean, you got like a PSA 10. Interested to hear what you have for those. Because I really enjoy Tender Defender's card. I believe one sold on ComC recently for like 180. Someone just listed it up on their ComC and didn't know what they had, I guess. I don't know. So that's kind of like an odd price to put it at if you don't know what you have. I mean, last one sold for like, what was it, 300 at auction? But I'm a big fan of Tender Defender. That's when you barely ever see. I've only seen like 2 or 3 in the past year. One is SGC 9. Other is raw, but I will definitely 10 if it graded. Nice, man. That SGC 9, if I remember right, there was one of those on eBay up for a very long time. If I remember, maybe I'm wrong. It's probably not Pop 1, but I know there was one on eBay for a very long time, an SGC 9 Tender Defender shard. I don't know if that's the one you ended up getting, but having one that you know is a 10, there's nothing better than that. Maybe I'm just delusional, but I know this visitor is a 10. At least I sure hope it is. I mean, I'd be very disappointed if this comes back a 9, even though Black Ash did me really good with this. I'm still making money at a 9. Even at 8, I'd technically be happy money-wise, but not collection-wise. I think there's definitely a chance for this to dime. Jam, I kind of mixed up my words there. But yeah, I mean, that's cool to have 2 Tender Defender shards. I want to have one of multiple cards. Like, I believe my list of PC cards when I first started, I'm trying to remember, was I believe it was like right around 30 cards was my like 29 or 30 cards was the total like number of cards that I wanted. And I knew I don't want to say needed because I don't need any of this, but like to feel like I completed all my goals for Fortnite cards, I needed those. And I only have 8 left to get now, which is pretty cool that I've come so far this way for just Fortnite cards. Mostly a Series 3 collector though. Love those lasers. I do too. It's just, for me, once I saw those shards, I like lasers. And I saw the shards, and then there's just no coming back for me once I saw those shards, it was over. The very first one I ever got was the Moth Mando. I bought it raw, graded a 10. I only paid $90 for this from Mo Farage. I believe he sold everything he had though, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't heard from him in a while. Yes, you've come a long way. I've been following you for a while. You have. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I don't remember seeing you around for a while, but recently I've been seeing you a lot, like in my chat, taking high grounds, comments, and stuff like that. I don't know if you've just had a different name or didn't have a YouTube account back then, but I appreciate you saying that. I remember this card is pretty meaningful to me because it's like actually like a really nice card, and I won it for an absolute steal off Probstein. Over a year ago, I got it for $33. Prisoner USA Optichrome PSA 10. I mean, this is actually a card that people would be proud of, like anyone would. And I mean, like I said, to get it for like $33 a year and a half ago, and the market was still somewhat decent. That was kind of like a turning point for me. I started having some decent cards in my collection. Then a few months later, I bought some shards and pretty much took off from there. So I'm assuming 40 Fam, your main PC is Tender Defender. You know, kind of like how mine's Moisty Merman, yours is Tender Defender. I like that. Tender Defender is cool. Like I said, I've bid on his shards before, but never won one. Like to have one. That's a good deal on the Opti. Thanks, I appreciate it. Miss Mouse, I appreciate you telling me that's a good deal. Yeah, I'm a chicken guy. Yeah. Yeah, I think PC and Tender Defender is cool. In your BGS submission, you had some holofoils, I believe, right? You sent to BGS. 40 Phantom. It's like I got the Moisty Holofoil USA print PSA 8. I just never invested a whole lot of money in the holofoil because I had the shard before I had the holo. And I was like, I got the shard. I don't really need a high grade of the holo to make up for it. I don't have the shard like most people do when they start. Like with Deadfire, I knew I had to get the holofoil, and then, about a month later, the shard pops up and I win it. I mean, I would have never expected this. Like I bought this from Rob the National, thinking he showed me his Deadfire PSA 10 shard, and I just thought, I got to get one of these eventually. So I was like, let me get your holofoil PSA 7 if you want. And he said, all right, we agreed on the price. I bought it, and like a month later, I got the shard, which is pretty cool to me. Now I just need that to happen with Carbide very soon, hopefully. And Frostbite and Vertex. Those are the last shards I pretty much need. I thought it was interesting, those sealed mega box packs authenticated by PSA and a PSA 8 grade that were on eBay. They sold for buy it now at $9.24, I believe. Both of them sold. That was pretty cool. I believe. Just a little bit cheaper than the mega boxes without the packs. I'm assuming the people that bought those are going to be just cracking them open and ripping. I know one person who bought one of them. I'm not going to say their name, but I think they got a good deal, and I'm pretty sure they're going to rip it. So that'd be cool to see if they pull something good. Yes, graded 2 holo tenders at BGS. Nice. I like the BGS slab. I just have some for sports cards, not for Fortnite, but I like the way especially the shards, those look great in a BGS slab. Like, I can only imagine what an A would look like in a BGS slab with the gold on gold, especially graded a 9.5, not like an 8.5 and got the silver label. I have to get a gold label for that to look really good, but I don't know. I just like to see the BGS slab with shards. It looks good in my opinion. I believe there's a BGS 9 Prisoner cracked ice on eBay. That's really cool. That's something I'd love to have, but I don't need it, obviously. I got this one. Ruin goes right along with the Prisoner. Took me way too long to get him. I'd grade everything at BGS if they get their act together. Yeah, BGS is a weird company. They don't market anything. And they tried to changed their grading scale, and then they just changed it right back. Like, I didn't understand the point behind that whatsoever, and just made them look even worse than they already did. I mean, like, they already looked bad, and that just made them look like way worse. It was terrible. But I like their slab, but I'd never submit with them again. I did it once, never again. I don't know if you guys saw Dylan taking high ground, got his Ghoul Trooper, which is really cool to see. It's pretty cool because recently Rob got his Drift, which was, other than Lux, it was his like S1 Grail that he'd been chasing for a while. He got that at the National. And then Dylan got his Ghoul Trooper just like a month later, which was pretty cool as well. But yeah, on PGS, those 9.5 shards, that's just something else. I mean, like, and that's just like all. I mean, you see one of those PGS 9.5 crystal shards. I mean, that's just something special. I mean, those you never see those ever really. I remember there was this guy. He wasn't a Fortnite collector or a sports guy. He was into some other like non-sport TCG or something, and he had a Leviathan crystal shard BGS 9.5. That was really cool. I believe he sold it though. That's something I'd love to have, obviously. But yeah, everything is finally becoming reasonably priced. Yeah, 40 Phantom, finally. I mean, we're in such a good down market right now. I love it. I mean, I'm checking cards off my list that I never thought I'd be able to own. Like, especially this Deadfire recently bought. I mean, I never thought I'd own that card, like, ever. Visitor. And when I first like bought the Moisty Merman, that was just insane to me because like I said, that was another one. I never thought I'd be able to own a Moisty Merman just because how expensive they were at the time. And my man, Jake, Get Hype Daily, he hooked me up, I thought it was a great deal. No one else did. And people kind of said they thought he ripped me off, but I definitely didn't. Jake L, Get Hype Daily, he's a great guy. He knew I needed that card. He didn't even want to sell it. And like I said, he did me right. He sold me that card because he knew. It was PC for me. That was really cool at the National. We took a picture together. I held up the shard, because he finally got to see it in a PSA slab, which was really cool. So that was pretty cool at the National. But yeah, I'm loving this down market right now. I mean, shards are dirt cheap right now. I mean, some of the ones that are up there for buy it now on eBay, like even like a year and a half ago when I started with Fortnite cards, those have been gone within split seconds. Hey, if you like it that much, how can you put a price on it? Exactly. I mean, you can't put a price on something that's so big PC for you. Like, my sports PC is Jamal Charles, and I collect the Prism retail short prints of them, the reds and the blues. I know I've got a Fortnite card audience, so I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about there. But in Prism football, in the retail products, the red and the blue parallels are super short print, numbered to like 7. They're not actually numbered, but supposedly the print run is like 7. And I collect that at Jamal Charles, and I've overpaid on multiple occasions to get some of those. The 2016 Prism Blue, I probably paid triple what it's worth just to get one. Same with the 2017 Red, which is probably my favorite sports card. I way overpaid to get that one as well. Like you said, I have some things in my collection I wouldn't trade for money. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's some of these cards that just are so cool and mean so much to you, you can't put a price on it. You just got to go for it at that point. If you have the disposable income, don't, like tear the copper plumbing out of your house to buy that shard you've always wanted. That's probably not good advice, but, if you can, I'd say you go for it. Like Deadfire, this holofoil is so sick. I just can't imagine what the shards are going to look like. I did see it in person, like I said, so, but, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna be able to have a close look at it anytime I want. So that'll be really cool. I actually use him in game a fair amount. I have a full combo, full blocker preset, the glider, pickaxe, and everything. It is one of my favorite combos to run when I'm not using Moisty. I mean, I'm probably using Deadfire, honestly, or Mancake. Really love this skin in game. One of my favorites, by far my favorite card from Series 3. I got it in SGC 9.5. I've only got this for like $27, and I was so happy when I won this card because he's major PC for me. I love this skin in game. Love the card. I wish they kind of did a different background color for him, but works for me. I'm fine with it. It's Mancake, cracked ice. I like my BGS 9.5 Black Knight. I pulled that out of a gravity feed. It has memories tied to it. It's hard to sell. Yeah, I mean, especially like something that has memories behind it. I mean, out of the top cards in my collection, I haven't pulled a single one of them. The best card I pulled was a Peely Italy base, and Dylan at Taking High Ground gave me an Italy tin for free, and somehow I managed to pull a Peely, which was insane. That video's on my channel. You can see me lose it over a Peely Italy base because I'd never ripped Series 1 before, and it was a weird experience for me. Like I said, because I've only ripped Series 3 and Series 1. At that point, only had Series 3 at that point. So that's an interesting video. At least for me it is. But yeah, it's like something like that I'd never saw. I mean, I pulled a Peely base. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's nothing. It's like a $20 card. No, literally it's like $5, $10, but to me that card's priceless. But it's like also with Heyman, for me, has a lot of memories behind it. Me and one of my friends, we used to do the T-pose emote, and I think a Scarecrow in Chapter 1 at the farm POIs, Fatal Fields, and even up in a Chapter 2 at Frenzy Farm. That'd work, and we actually, in Chapter 2, we did it in a tournament, and we actually won a tournament game, qualified for the second round, and then it didn't go too well there, but that was a very fun memory I've had with Fortnite, and hey man, just means a lot to me just because of that. Mothman are just a skin I just like to use. These two don't have too much. Maximilian kind of does. I have a friend who occasionally uses them, but Ruckus has no meaning. I just bought this one for dirt cheap for like $40. Rogue Agent is a kind of PC for me. Just another one of my friends I used to play back in Chapter 1 with. Used Rogue Agent a lot. That's why I'm collecting Fortnite, because of those nostalgic memories. I'm just looking at my collection, and like cards like Crackshot. I had another friend who used Crackshot all the time when we played. It's like back in early Chapter 1. That brings back memories right now. It's not possible right now, but that's one thing I want in Omega. Chapter 1, Season 4 was something else. I mean, that was just different back then. And I'm probably never going to be able to get an Omega. And I really want one. Like I said, I'm never going to get one probably. I mean, Raw, they're probably fetching I offered Black Ash $700 for his Raw one at the National, and he turned me down, which I'm a little disappointed about. I mean, I'd love to have that card on just in my possession. But I don't know. Season 4 was just something special. I mean, Moisty Merman released that season. The Visitor. You are so far ahead of your time, man. Not sure what you mean by that, but it's a compliment, so I'll take it. Thanks, I appreciate that, 40 Phantom. I mean, just thanks. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that, but I appreciate it. The Wukong I only bought because it's the PSA 3, and if you want this, that's like a year-old joke now from Taking High Ground to chat, the PSA 3, but that's the only reason why I bought this card. It was like $120 before tax and shipping, so that might not have been the smartest move, but I got the PSA 3 Crystal Shard. and I don't even there's a Red Knight PSA 4.5, but I don't know how many threes there are out there. I don't think there's many. I think that's one of the only PSA 3 shards, so that's pretty cool. This crack shot will probably end up being like a 3, so that'll be. I honestly hope it grades a 3. That'd be pretty cool to add to the collection. Have another PSA 3 crystal shard. This Maximilian is pretty clean. I've been looking at it closely. I took a magnifying glass to it, but I honestly think I could crack this and get a 9, possibly a 10. The corners are flawless. Rob was telling me there's an indent near his face, but I just can't see it. Obviously, PSA did, and they obviously more trained than me, but based on what I've seen, I definitely think that card has a shot at 9 or 10. But I'm just going to focus on grading the ones that aren't graded yet. Then maybe on my next submission, I'll figure that out. Means you're thinking ahead of the current generation. Oh, okay. Now I get that now. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. And I know a lot of people will say, like, this is investment. Me, I love doing this. I mean, even if these things weren't worth anything, I'd still be doing this because I love these cards. I mean, these crystal shards are the best looking cards I've probably ever seen. And Fortnite has so many good memories attached to it for me. And it's like, I'll still be collecting sports too, but this is definitely, I put Fortnite ahead of sports for the past like year. And I think it's the smartest move I've ever made. I mean, instead of buying, Patrick Mahomes like 2020 Prism Red, White, and Blues for $20 and then just buying like 5 of those or whatever, just buying random sports cards that I don't like as much as a $100 crystal shard, I'd keep doing this over and over again. So there's kind of a color gradient on the Rustler Optichrome. It goes top to bottom and almost like the red, it almost has like a white gradient towards the bottom. Very subtle, but it's there. It's pretty cool. I just noticed that. Tigers from Series 2 also has that gradient. It's like a red doing orange. That's a really good looking card because of that. The National Black Ash had like every Tigress ever printed, which was pretty cool to see. There's a lot of new storyline stuff out for Fortnite with the new season. With all the wild card, high card, and everything, all the high stuff. The Ace, this turned out to be quite the good buy and will probably have a good future in the storyline for Ace and will probably be. This wasn't even PC. This was just a random pickup. I just thought I like the dark red, the maroon kind of. I guess is what you'd call that in the background. I really enjoy that color on this card, so I wanted it. Nice Rustler opting to pick one up. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rustler. I need a cracked ice of her. She's PC for me, so I need to get a cracked ice. Eventually, I'll get one. That's PC for me. I remember they were talking about this in Taking High Ground's chat last week or Friday. The Mount Rushmore Fortnite trading cards. And I said mine was Moth Mando, Mancake, Moisty Merman, and Deadfire, which I don't yet have in hand. And that was even before I won the auction. That was 2 days before it. I don't know if I kind of called myself on that saying, that's on my Mount Rushmore, and I'm eventually going to get it, and I got it 2 days later. But, yeah, those are my top 4 favorite cards. I hardly ever see the cracked ice up for sale. There's only been 3 up for sale in like the past year. She's so hard to find. There was one that was listed for a buy it now, like dirt cheap, and someone bought it instantly. And there's one up right now for $700, which is ridiculous. and then there's one that was listed for like $219, and someone bought that instantly, and one sold at auction for like $150. And I mean, right now I'm not ready to pay $150 for one. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. And I know I always say don't wait, just go for it. But Rustler's not as big as a PC card as like cards like Deadfire for me, where it's like I know I'm gonna be pissed off I don't have that one. Rustler's just like right below that. So eventually I'm gonna get one. Just I have more cards that are higher priority to me personally. But yeah, she never comes up for sale. I definitely want one though. Pretty underrated, honestly. Sweaty Skin used a lot back in early chapter 2 as a nice backbling game. Do you have one? Need to get another? Yeah, nice. That's a really sick card. I mean, like I said, I'd love to have one. I mean, you see, you need to get another one, so I'm assuming that one's not for sale that you already have if you want to. So I won't even ask you about that. But eventually I'm going to get one. Probably my third favorite card from Series 2, probably go Prisoner, Ruin, Rustler would be like my top from Series 2. I only have 4 Series 2 cracked dice. I got these two, Teeth and Bow Bros. I got Prisoner and Ruin are the only 4 Series 2 cracked dice I own. And I own 14 Series 1 USA print crystal shards, which is pretty big difference. And, you know, it's just like I always say, collect what you like, because obviously there's no guarantee this stuff will go up in value, and at least I'll have a cool tangible item afterwards. Seems, Miss Mouse, it seems like you talk a lot about Series 2. You're more of a Series 2 person than a Series 1 and 3, I'd imagine, just based off what you've said in chat today. You're more of a Series 2 person. I definitely like Series 2's cracked dice design. I think it's very clean. It's different. Like the Crystal Shard looks like the Contenders football cracked dice. Not the Contenders optic, just their regular Contenders. Looks like those cracked dices are pretty similar. So the Series 2 is more unique, I'd say. Just the shard design. And then I have a Prisoner. The Prisoner Ruin are very nice cards. I've been looking around for a Ruin cracked dice. Yeah, it took me way too long to get one. I mean, this PSA 8 that I won, it was bought and relisted 4 times before I won it. And one time I lost it by $1 and just got relisted. I don't get it. This was relisted 4 times before the 5th time I bought it. And it sold anywhere between $250 to $95, which is where I bought it at. So, I don't know. I just don't get that. But obviously I ended up getting it, and I'm very happy I did. Yeah, Series 2 is, I think it's almost as rare, if not as rare, as Series 1 for the cracked dice and crystal shards. I mean, they're like right here probably. Just Series 1 is just there's probably only like 10 or 15 more for Series 2 if I had to guess. Because those never pop up. Or it's just there's more of it, and there's so much more sealed products as people saw it Series 1 did. And it's MC. He has all those sealed Series 2 mega boxes. I mean, it's just insane how many he has. And he's probably not the only one. I remember this was a long time ago. There's just this video of someone. They said this big filing cabinet. It was a 4-drawer, I believe, and just deep drawers. And they just pulled them all out, and they're just stacked with Series 2 mega boxes, USA print. So there's just it could be just most of it's in sealed product, or people just figure it's not worth selling because they think it's Series 2, it's not Series 1. Why would I waste my time with this? I don't know if it's just something like that. I collect all of them. I have some crystals and cracked ice for Series 2. Yeah, that's like me. Just I have more Series 1 than Series 2. I definitely enjoy Series 2 a lot. But yeah, Series 2 is very undervalued, very underappreciated, especially with how scarce it is. A lot of these cards for Series 2, I feel like if you can't get them now or anytime soon, it's going to be a long time before they come up again. Like Rustler, we were talking about, and she never comes up. And Ruin, he never comes up either. It's just the only reason it seems like he does because, like I said, this one got relisted 4 times, 5 times total, and then I bought it. And So that's why it seems like he comes up a lot, but he really doesn't. There's a few on eBay right now, like one for like a buy it now of like $100 maybe, or best offer. That's still sitting up there. I probably could have got that for cheaper, but I didn't feel like paying for grading fees eventually, and that one definitely wasn't a 10. So I figured I'll just pay a little bit more for the PRD PSA 8. Hayes get bought up as well. Oh, yeah, for sure. Series 2 is very underappreciated, undervalued. So many great cards and skins. Hayes, Zadie, Aura, Crystal, Ruby. That Ruby never pops up. And then there's that one sale, like $280, that auction. That's the only one I've seen since I started collecting Fortnite cards back in like April of last year. That's the only one I've ever seen up for auction, which was pretty interesting. And it sold for like $280, I believe. So that's a really good buy. Because like I said, you can pretty much make your own comp on that. Go find another one. You can't. They're not out there. That's also super special about Fortnite cards. If you ever go to sell something, it's go find another one, and the person can't. I've had that happen where I've been negotiating with someone. They tell me go find another one, and most of the time it's like, yeah, you're right. And then only a couple times I did go out and find another one for a better price. That has happened to me before. So always look. Don't like pigeonhole yourself into one card. Like I need this exact copy of this card. I've done that before, and I don't recommend doing that. But if you should definitely look around before you just pull the trigger on a card instantly. Is what I've learned. It's like trying to think of an example of it. I've mainly had that problem with lower end cards. Nothing like with my higher end shards that I bought. That's the example I'm talking about. Was one of the more expensive cards I bought, and I was trying to get one from someone in a raw copy, and they were asking a pretty high markup on they were asking like double the last PSA 9 comp, and I ended up getting a PSA 9 for the exact same price, pretty much that PSA 9 comp, the last one. So just make sure you shop around when you're looking for these cards. Like 40 Phantom, I know you're on Instagram, like post up on your story, I'm looking to buy these cards. Like that's how I found my Enforcer, and that's how I found my Enforcer. I was posting up on my story because at the time I wanted these 3 cards: Enforcer, Carbide, and Deadfire, and I got Enforcer that way, and Deadfire just got lucky him coming up for auction. And I know of a Carbide right now, but I knew that I could have bought it, but I decided to pass because I knew I wanted Deadfire more, and then auction was coming up. And the Carbide I know of, it's not that the person's asking too much. I think you're asking for a very fair price. It's just for me right now, I don't think I'm at the position to buy right now. And I think, and it's in a BGS 9, so it's a nice card. It's a clean copy. But I ended up cracking it out eventually because I want all my shards in the PSA holder. So I said I like to wait and jump on cards at the same time. You got to evaluate the situation you're in at that time. And it's like this prototype. I could kind of say it was an impulse buy because, Wayne had all those prototypes at the National, and I was like, then Rob got a prototype too. Dylan had one, Black Ash. That's all. It's like I want to get a prototype, and it might have been an impulse buy, a little FOMO kicking in there, but I'm super glad I bought this. I think 120 was very fair. I think Wayne did me right with that one. I think I'm going to start wrapping it up pretty soon, but like I said, I bought that Deadfire. It was $291 after tax and shipping. I'm very happy with it. The last one did like $412 at auction, I believe. So, $291 after tax and shipping is a pretty good deal in my opinion. And I think they're a similar condition as well. What are your future goals? All right, I'm going to answer 40 Phantom's question real quick, then I'm probably going to head out. What are your future goals for collecting Fortnite? So I have a list, and it's 29 total cards. I have 8 left. And I want all these cards in USA print cracked dice, whether it's from Series 1, 2, or 3. And the majority of them are from Series 1. Fewer in Series 3. There's only 3 from Series 3. So just eventually, I want all 29 of those cards in Series 1, 2, or 3. And I can remember all 8 of them by heart, I believe, right now. It's Carbide, Vertex, Frostbite, Singularity, Hyperion, Rustler, and Scientist, I believe, are the last ones I need. Vertex. I might have already said Vertex, I'm not sure. But those are the last ones I need. The last 8, either USA print, cracked ice, or crystal shards. I need those. And then I feel like I'm completed. And that's like my final goals. So it's been 50 minutes. I'm going to wrap up the live stream. I appreciate you, Miss Malice, 40 Phantom, stopping by, talking to me for a little bit. Kind of a slower stream. Didn't have too many people in here today. But you two, I appreciate you guys watching. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to get a video out this week. I'll see if I can think of any ideas. And like I said, have a good rest of your week. Anyone that tuned in, appreciate you guys watching.